say a spirit, low, small level spirit. So the way to go about it is that you do say protective measures of deities. Kavacha, for example. Kavacha is a kind of a stotra part, which is a protective armor that creates their energy of protection. Okay, all deities have their kavacha.
Would Hanuman Chalisa count as that?
To a degree.
A soft one.
Softer one. But also because Hanumanji is kind and because people have a lot of devotion. So at the initial levels and all that, it is very good. At the initial levels, most people will only encounter initial levels. What the levels I'm talking about, it is very rare to encounter these things. If you're very unfortunate, then you may, but it's rare. In India, the amount of these things that happen is still lower than it happens, as I was mentioning in some other places that happen.
Okay. You want to mention the other places? Wow. Okay. Like, to the audiences, your podcast, bhaiya, really wants to tell you, but I think it's actually better, it's ethical not to mention these things, because I'll tell you what, my learning from the last year doing so many horror podcasts has been that I invited that energy into my life. I was actually in a relationship with someone who was a bit of a psychic, and she would also talk about these things a lot. And I didn't know that about her until we actually started dating. So many people came on the show. There was a few rejected podcasts because I think people had just come on the show with bad intention. Including right after your shoot the last time, you remember, there was a lady who came. We haven't uploaded that episode, but while talking to her, I knew that this is not a correct energy. And that night, something happened to me. So... I don't want to invite these things back into my life either. Right. I want to actually stop making horror podcasts, maybe once in a while. Right. But even it's I would like to. It's a good idea. Why do you think it's a good idea?
There's no end to the darkness. How deep will you go? And eventually, let me put it this way: there are people, specific types of people who deal exclusively with these things. By the way, okay. There are people like that who deal exclusively with the negatives, and they go to an extreme extent where they might even capture a negative and use it for various purposes.